Hey, Mark, you ready for the intro?
I'm ready, baby.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 12 of We Digress, the podcast that's a hot mess. I'm your host, Mike Madrano, joined as always by the man, the myth, the weeaboo, Mr. Codmark27. How you doing today, bud?
I am doing fantastico today, Michael, and I hope you're doing equally as great.
I would be, except you know what? I'm gonna go on record here. Fuck Spectrum, dude. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcasting platform or you're watching on YouTube, I spent about the last 20 minutes trying to fucking get my stream to work, and it's not. So
It's big, not good right now.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Hashtag no
I'm
sponsors.
recording it on my computer. Mark is streaming it, so it'll get out eventually. The episode will be released, but
Correct. Yeah.
it's
We work with what we got.
Yeah, I'm so fucking tired of Spectrum, dude. And I know I say it all the time, but fuck Spectrum.
All my homies hate Spectrum.
All my homies hate Spectrum. Mark,
Michael,
we had some pretty big news.
Guys, this week there was stuff happened this week.
Specifically yesterday, which would be September 16th. There was a pretty big announcement.
If you guys are part of my Discord, you saw me squeal. Actually screaming, squealing. I don't know what else is a word like that. Squealing for a little known show done by Sonwai. And by Sonwai I mean Sony. And by Sony I mean PlayStation 5.
That's true.
And by PlayStation 5 I mean we got a release date and a price. And Michael was wrong. Huh? Oh, Michael died. All right. So Michael died. So yeah, the Sony's conference happened yesterday, and we got a price, we got a release date, and a little known game called Final Fantasy 16 was announced. We heard rumors. I was talking about it the day before. I was like, maybe we see Final Fantasy 16. Maybe we don't. Hi, Michael.
On speakerphone?
You're on speaker.
All right, fuck Spectrum. There it is, boys. There's the internet outage that I was anticipating.
So Michael's dead.
You wanna? We can redo this intro, or we can just keep it going, dude. I'll just phone it in. It's up to you.
Let's keep it going.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be a little blind right now because I'm gonna completely restart my computer.
Sounds good.
But
I can vamp. I can vamp.
Well, we can go ahead and go on because I know you were mentioning PlayStation. We're going to touch on that, but that's going to be after our sponsor read later on.
Right, correct.
The second half.
Correct.
So we can go ahead and we can start with the first three stories. We can start with the Call of Duty stuff. That's going to be really quick.
Yeah, we got some CDL news, and if you guys don't know, that's Call of Duty League, so the pro scene for Call of Duty.
Yes, so we touched base on it 2-3 weeks ago.
Right.
When I was going off about my boys at the Dallas Empire winning Worlds. We have some new news coming from the league. Obviously, big announcement came a couple weeks ago that it's going back to 4v4 this time. However, the league has decided they're not going to be playing on consoles for the 2021 season. They're going to be playing on PC.
Right.
Now, this was huge news for a lot of people, both pros and amateurs alike. The game is, like I said, going to be on PC, but it is not going to be played with keyboard and mouse. Instead, it is going to be played on controller.
Right.
So I know a lot of people, especially in the amateur scene, were very worried about this. People were bringing up, well, what are they going to do in 2022? Are they going to go full on mouse and keyboard? What's the deal? Give me 1 second here.
He died. Okay, so if they were gonna go on full mouse and keyboard,
Wait,
or
no.
oh,
Am I here? I'm
oh,
here.
oh, you're
I'm
here.
here. Hold
You're
on.
here.
I just
You're
have
here.
to join again and turn on the camera.
Hey, he's
Ah,
back.
we back, baby. Dude, imagine being Spectrum and fucking cutting my internet for a minute, dude. For a fucking minute. Ah! And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. God, dude, the audio listeners are gonna be so fucking confused.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know what? We're just gonna keep rolling. I'm not even gonna bother recording it, dude. I'll just pull it from your stream. I hope you're okay with that.
Sounds perfect.
Fuck it. So, a lot of people in the amateur scene were worried that the next step was gonna be mouse and keyboard. The fear with that is that if it goes to mouse and keyboard, then any like C tier player, like professional player in like the Counter-Strike scene would be able to make the jump to the CDL and
Right.
absolutely dominate, right?
Yeah.
It was also bringing up the question of, you know, if it goes mouse and keyboard, are the pros going to be able to adapt, blah 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 blah. As of right now, it's going to be PC plus controller. A lot, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people within the community were kind of just complaining, and this might be controversial opinion. They're complaining just to complain, like they don't want change. And I remember it being the same issue when the game switched from Xbox to PlayStation.
Right.
People were complaining, right? What people seem to not understand is that when you're playing on a PC, you're gonna get better graphics,
Better
right?
frame
Which,
rate.
to be fair, the pros are probably going to play on the lowest settings possible because that's what most professional players do anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's going to maximize their frame rate. They're not going to be stuck at 60 frames a second. They're going to be able to finally play the game on like 144 hertz monitors, 240 hertz monitors. It's gonna be better overall for the scene. Koki in chat brings up, does it matter when controller aim assist is more broken than mouse and keyboard? So that brings up another point. A lot of people will say that generally mouse and keyboard is going to be better than controller. Reason being is when you're aiming, you're using your entire arm to move, right? Versus using your thumb to make movements.
Right. It's
not
more
only
precise.
that, but on a controller, you're using 6 fingers versus using an entire hand on one part of the keyboard. I really don't think it's going to matter, because if you get somebody who is a professional who's been doing it for years and they're playing on a controller, they're going to have better game awareness and game knowledge than a person on mouse and keyboard. As far as the aim assist goes, like, I mean, you're going to get that regardless when you're playing with a controller. But I think if you get someone who's like Shroud level playing on mouse and keyboard, it's not going to really matter. With that said, however, the challengers division, which is the amateur scene, is going to be crossplay. So you can be on Xbox, Series, whatever, Xbox One, PS4, PlayStation 5, or PC, and you can play. The league does require that everybody play on a controller, and they are going to release a list of approved controllers later on. If they do LAN events next year, if everything, with COVID, as long as that's, taken care of, all LAN events for the Challengers division are going to be played on PC with a controller.
Hell yeah.
So the only question there is the league going to provide the PCs, or am I going to have to lug my PC? But yeah, that's some Call of Duty news there. I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I fucking love Call of Duty esports.
Yeah, Michael's a big Cotter. Big Cotter.
I don't think you can say that on air, dude. That's a little.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh no!
But yeah, so there's that news there. It was really funny because I saw people in the subreddit complaining like, so I'm gonna have to build a $2,000 PC to play this game competitively.
Yeah, you don't need a $2,000 PC.
You don't. You absolutely do.
Especially if you're gonna be playing on the lowest settings to get the highest frame rate.
Yeah.
You could have a mid-low tier and be perfectly competitive.
and I think that's the big issue is people were like, well, I can just pay $500 and play it on console, but now I have to spend triple that amount to get a decent play decently on a PC, and it's just like you clearly don't know how PCs work.
Yeah, definitely.
Not to mention, like, consoles use PC, like, versions of PC parts anyways. So if a $500 console can play it when the company that produces it is producing it for like $200-300, you can get away with like Kuro says, a $700 bill, and then you can play the game.
Yeah, 100%.
And you'll be fine.
It'll be nice with the higher frame rates, because we all know shooters at higher frame rates are silky smooth.
As Mark recently discovered.
Yeah, so I recently got a 144 hertz monitor, and it's like I can see for the first. It's like when I got glasses when I was a little kid. I went from fog to clear, easy.
He can see clearly now.
Tower from 8 years ago.
Was that one of my friends played Apex on a tower from 8 years ago? Yeah, I mean, you know, when a game is optimized properly, you don't have to shell out thousands of dollars. Also, can I just point out, like, people are complaining like, oh, gotta build a $2,000 PC. These motherfuckers are walking around with like a $2,000, almost a $2,000 fucking phone, bro. Like,
yeah, bro, what the hell?
Like, what? And you're gonna complain about fucking $700 for a PC? Like, what the fuck, bro?
Come on, bro.
Anyways,
144.
That's just me. Moving on to some other esports news. Mark, there's a little game called Lego Legends.
Dude. Yeah, there's a little game called Lego Legondos, and I've been playing Lego Legondos for the past 8 years, I would say, because when did I start? 2012? What is it? 2020? Quick math. So I've been playing for the past 8 years.
Yeah, it was freshman year of college, right?
Yep. So, as you all know, Worlds is happening starting next week, September 25th. And at the start of this week, I think it was at the start of this week, we had draws for basically the groups for play-ins and the groups for group stage. And what that means is, for play-ins, what that means is basically the lower ranked teams and the not gigantic region teams have a chance to actually get into groups for the World's bracket. And we'll be seeing those games first, and 4 teams from the play-ins will move on to groups. And it's usually the lower ranked teams, but this year we have a difference. Michael. So LPL, which is the Chinese league, and LEC, which is the European league, both get 4 teams because of their previous places in worlds tournaments. So like last year, first and second was China and Europe. The year before that, first and second was China and Europe.
So is that something new for this year, or have they always done that?
That is completely new this year. This is the first time there's going to be 4 teams from a single region. So we'll see how that turns out, because those fourth ranked teams they have to go through play-ins.
Yeah.
And the other 3 are already in groups.
So then how many play-in teams would you get in the past? Because there's 4 spots available to get into group play.
Right.
10 teams seems like a weird number to me.
It is a weird number because it was 8. It's usually 8. So they just added those 2. And basically the play-ins are split up into 2 groups. So you got group A with 5 teams and group B with 5 teams. The first place from each of those groups automatically goes into the next stage. And then second place will have to play a match between third and fourth place of the opposite group. So let's say second place in group A will have to play the winner of the third and fourth place match of group B. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then that team that wins will also move on.
I just want to real quick, Aaron in chat is saying that it was supposed to be 12, but Vietnam couldn't go due to COVID. So does that mean that there were supposed to be 2 teams from Vietnam, or was it like the top team from Vietnam and then there was another region, and since Vietnam couldn't go, they just kind of told this other region later.
Yeah, Vietnam has been like one of the most competitive, like smaller regions,
Okay.
and wasn't supposed to be. I don't think it was supposed to be 4 groups. I think it was just supposed to be 6 and 6. So they would have had 2 teams in the play-ins. I think. I don't really go over it too well because they aren't in it anymore, and they don't want to like concentrate on that. They want to show you who's actually in the tournament.
Yeah.
So anyway, our teams, we got the North American team, Team Liquid, which is who we're gonna be going, or who I'm gonna be going for personally. Me and Michael. And
is 100 Thieves in it?
100 Thieves is not in it, and we got really lucky. Because the 4th place Chinese team, LGD Gaming, is very strong because China is a region that is just insanely strong. Like, holy moly. So we wanted Liquid to not be in a group with China. And they're not. So Group A, which is what Liquid is in, it's between them and the European team. And
which is Mad, right?
Which is Mad Lions, which is...
What were they formerly?
That's a good question. They were formerly... Yes, please. So Mad Lions is a newer organization that just joined LEC. They rebranded from a different one, and all that. And they're going to be Liquid's, according to statistics and expert opinion, they were Splice, yeah. They're going to be Team Liquid's biggest... competition. There you go. And then we have other regions like the LCL, which is a League of Commonwealth Independent States or something like that. And
that's Unicorns of Love.
That is Unicorns of Love. Then we got PSG, which is the Paris champion something.
Paul St. George, what? Oh.
Yeah, Paul St. George. Yeah, there you go. Then we got OPL, which is Legacy Esports. That's Australia. Right? Is that Australia? Yes.
It's a great question.
Then we got V3 Esports, which is Japan, which is the team I'm going to go for other than Liquid, because, Ohio. Then we got Supermassive, who have been to Worlds the last couple years, whatever. They're from the TCL, which is the Turkish Champions League, and they're pretty famous, I would say, from Turkey, like as one of the best teams from there, because we see them at Worlds all the time as a play-in or as a smaller region. They try to make a big splash whenever they come here. And then one team that was supposed to go, but they couldn't. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that would put it at 11.
So then, I think
4th year China was supposed to be in play-ins. I got you. Okay.
And then we also have INTZ, which is another famous team from Brazil. We've seen them plenty of times on the world stage. Yeah, Ints Gaming. And then we have Rainbow 7, which is from Latin America. They used to be Leon Gaming, if I'm not mistaken, which they've been to Worlds plenty of times as well. They're considered probably the best team in Latin America. Well, obviously, because they're in Worlds, but they've been the best team in Latin America for the last couple of years. So those are the play-in stage. Those start September 25th. And I'll be voting for Liquid. I'll be voting for V3. And my predictions for who gets out for Group A, I would say Team Liquid and Mad Lions. So Europe and North America. And for Group B, LGD. And I'm going to say Unicorns of Love.
Okay.
Like, from a bunch of casters and a bunch of people are like, Unicorns of Love? Nobody, don't sleep on Unicorns of Love. You know what I mean? So, and from what I understand, in the regular season, Unicorns of Love went 39-2.
Holy fuck, dude!
So I don't think
going 39-2 and not going 41-0.
Yeah, dude, imagine not going 41-0. Disgusting. But that's who's predicted to get out, and I'm just hoping Liquid gets out. NA always does garbage at Worlds. We're always terrible. So,
well, except for that, was it last year?
Except for last year with Cloud9, we got 3rd and 4th with Cloud9.
Yeah, dude.
So, thank you, Cloud9. Thank you.
That was pretty hype last year.
Yeah, it was super hype last year because we actually did something. We actually were in the top 4, which is insane because that never happens. Yeah. But hopefully, go for it.
No, I was gonna say I'll definitely be rooting for TL.
Yeah.
mostly because they're the only team I recognize. That's not true. I recognize Mad as well, but I don't really watch LEC. I barely watch LCS, to be honest. I listen, man. We talked about this before. I try so hard to watch it. I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
The same way that if Mark were to watch like Call of Duty, he would not know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I respect it, dude. Mark's into it, so I'm into it. Boys support boys.
Dude, how was C9 not good last year? They got 4th place. Right? Was that last year or was that 2 years ago?
Or was it the year before? I don't know. No, it was 2 years ago?
It was 2 years ago.
Because Sneaky was on the team still, wasn't he?
That was 2 years ago? Dude.
What, dude? This year
what?
Is ah!
Holy shit. Okay. Well, we did bad last year then. We did bad.
Yeah, it's because we want it to be 2019 still.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't do trash.
Yeah, do we? Yeah.
I don't remember last year, so we did bad. Alright, but
yeah, it was Cloud9 and G2. 3rd, 4th.
Oh really? Last year?
2018.
Oh, 2018, okay. Alright, sick. So that's basically play-ins. It starts September 25th, and they're gonna be playing in Shanghai, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they announce if they're gonna be doing Bubble City or?
They did not. As far as from what I could see, we're gonna have all of our casters are gonna be at home basically. So we'll have the North American casters in Los Angeles. I think European casters are gonna be in Berlin.
Okay.
And then you got the Chinese casters in Shanghai.
All right.
It's a bubble for the players. Thank you, Aaron. So there's a bubble for the players.
That's what I was wondering.
And then let's move on to groups. This is where the tournament starts getting into it, because this is where we have the top teams from the top regions. So like LCK, LPL, and LEC. Notice I didn't say NA. So I guess we'll just start from each group. There's 4 groups. Each group will have 4 teams in them after play-ins. But right now we have 3, the top seeded groups from each of the from each of the bigger regions. And we'll start with Group A, which is known as the first group of life. And we call it the group of life because the favorite is pretty much the favorite to move on. And there's they have a lower tier team in their bracket. How about that? So in this case, the lower tier team is Machi Esports, which is from the PCS. And whichever group they were going to be in was going to be the group of life, because people don't see Machi as up to the level as the other regions, even though they were first in their region. And we got, in this group, we have G2 from LEC, big esports org. They're in multiple things. So I expect them to get out, and I would be surprised if they didn't. Because they were 2nd place. They are the highest ranked team in this tournament right now. Because they got 2nd place last year. And FunPlus Phoenix, is that what they're called? The winners of last year didn't qualify for Worlds this year. So G2 is the highest ranked team in this tournament. And then we also got, I'm going to butcher it. I think it's Suning. I don't think it's Sunning. I think it's Suning. They're from the LPL. And every Chinese team is going to be really strong just because of how strong their region is. And I think each of the playoffs for China, they all went to 5 games, which is the maximum amount of games you can get, and people only won barely. So it's super close, very close skill level for the top 3 Chinese teams, and I expect them to be very good. And then you got Machi Esports, like I said earlier, they're the weaker ones. I don't expect them to get. Maybe they pull out a surprise win, but I don't expect them to get very many wins. And then the next group we have is Group B, which is the ultra group of death, because we have some of the strongest teams in this group. So we got Damwon Gaming, which is the winner of League of Legends Korea, or LCK. And the Korean teams, they haven't done as well this last couple years with China being so dominant. But this Damwon team is actually looking insanely good, and people think they're one of the top 3 teams to be in this entire tournament. with the other two being Chinese teams, the first and second Chinese teams.
So what you're saying is they're not going to make it out of groups.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. They out.
Another bold prediction.
Another bold prediction from Michael over here. And then we also have JD Gaming, second place from LPL. They went neck and neck at the Chinese finals. They barely lost, so I would say they're just as strong as Top Esports. And I think they're ranked number 2 in this tournament, so we'll see. And we got poor Rogue Gaming. They're the second place team from Europe. They are they second? They're either second or third. No, they're third. They're third. I'm sorry. They're the third place team from Europe. In this group, nobody expects Rogue to do anything, so they're looking at them for spoiler alert. You know, maybe they'll take a game off of Damwon and like put them in second place instead of third. That's what people are expecting of them. But yeah, they live up to their name. That's right. That's right. They're rogues in this group. I'm gonna probably be going for Damwon in this group because I really like their playstyle. I think it's really fun to watch, and their logo is pretty cool. So that's my reason for going for Damwon. I'm
gonna cheer this team on because aesthetically they speak to me.
That's literally why I'm a fan of Unicorns of Love, by the way.
I mean, you know, it's pretty good logo, dude.
Yeah, it's great. The Unicorns of Love branding is great. People love them for that. And all right, finally, Group C. This is where we get our first North American team here. Team Solo Mid. I hate Team Solo Mid. I'm a CLG fan and I hate those guys. But for this tournament, for Worlds, I'm gonna be rooting for them because I need NA to stop being terrible. I just need them to stop being terrible and do something. And they're our first place team. I'm looking at them to make a splash because their group is considered a group of life. Because they don't have a Chinese team in their group. And they got the third ranked Korean team in their group. So I'm looking at TSM to do literally anything. Please.
So they have Genji, as you said, third place.
Third place LCK.
They have Fnatic. Fnatic was second place?
Fnatic was second place 2 years ago. 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago in Worlds. And they were third and fourth last year.
Okay, but then in the LEC, were they the number 2 or the number 1?
LEC was Fnatic lost to G2, so they're number 2.
Yeah, so okay.
I don't know if Fnatic's as strong as they were last year, but honestly, I can see TSM not getting out of this group. As much as I want to cheer for them, I can see them not getting out of this group.
So Double Lift is on TSM.
Double Lift is on TSM, and Double Lift is
ever made it out of groups? Like, genuine question. Like,
I don't think Double Lift has ever made it out of groups. I don't think so. Koki brings up a good point. A lot of, like, even though Gen G finished third, a lot of analysts put them above Dagon Gaming or Dagon X. Dagon X, because I think they just play better, and Dagon X kind of got in like under the noses and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like Dagon X like memed their way into second place, I feel like, because Dagon X got absolutely annihilated in the finals from Dragon X. Okay, thank you. I don't know why this says Dagon. Dude, this okay, hold on. I got you guys. Look at this shit. Where is my chat?
Mean the show notes that you wrote?
Look at that. You guys see that? That's them. Huh.
Wait, does it actually say Dagon?
It does say Dagon. Look it. Are you looking at the article? It says Group D, yeah. Dagon X. So nice one, Deserto.
I mean, to be fair, E and R are right next to each other on the keyboard. So.
Yeah.
Also, you got an article from Deserto, bro.
I just liked the little group.
They're the TMZ of the fucking esports world, dude.
I liked their little group thingy.
I fucking said it. Come on.
Oh shit, Michael's going in. Okay, but back on track. Fnatic, second best team from Europe. I expect them to get out of this group. I think they have a really good style that they're good at. And I just have zero faith in TSM, honestly. But, you know,
is it because you think like, is it because their play styles don't match up well with the rest of the teams in their group, or is it because like you as a CLG fan cannot bring yourself to root for them, to truly root for them?
It's a little bit of me as a CLG fan because I fucking hate TSM. I hate them. But you know, the NA and me
better.
Yeah, because CLG has been dog poo the last couple years and TSM has just blown them out of the water. But the NA and me wants them to win, but I feel like their play style is so... They're gonna get... This is a very bot-focused group. So you got Reckless and Fnatic, very good ADC. Double Lift in TSM's probably North America's best ADC. You know what I mean?
I think he is, right?
Yeah, and then...
He's like widely regarded.
Genji, you have former world champion Ruler, who is... People say he's the best ADC in Korea right now. So this is a very bot-heavy group. And putting all of them, I would put TSM like third, honestly. Like, I would put Genji on top, Fnatic second, and then TSM in accordance to their bot lanes. And yeah. I want TSM to win. I want them to do good. But everything in my brain is saying Fnatic is gonna get out, and then Genji is gonna get out. Everything in my brain is saying that. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So right now it's not looking good. And then we'll move on to the last group, which is the Ultra Group of Death. Another Ultra Group of Death, because you have Top Esports, the number one team from China. Best team in the world right now, according to a lot of people. And then you got Dragon X, the number 2 team from Korea. Dagon X, forehead. Dragon X, the number 2 team from Korea. Which, honestly, I think people are right in ranking Genji above Dragon X because, well, I just like Genji's playstyle better than Dragon X. But, you know, I'm a filthy ADC player and I really like Ruler. So, you know, my bias is showing right there. And yeah, dude, I know. I don't even know their name. That's why, because I don't really like them, forehead. But Dragon X still a very good League of Legends team. Very good at what they do. And then we got FlyQuest, the second place North American team. Man, dude, FlyQuest is gonna have a tough time.
I'm rooting for FlyQuest.
I'm also rooting for FlyQuest.
I'm calling you right now. They're making it out of groups.
You know, I'm gonna piggyback off of Michael. FlyQuest is gonna get second place in this group. It's gonna be Top Esports, okay. And FlyQuest is gonna go 3-3 along with Dragon X, and then they're gonna have to play a tiebreaker, and FlyQuest is gonna win that tiebreaker. I'm calling it right now.
Oh shit! Bold prediction from Mark, and if he's wrong, I'll punch him in the throat.
We'll get punched in the throat. So, just going off of these 3 teams, we don't know the fourth team for each group yet. But just going off of these 3 teams, I think Group A, G2, and Suning are going to get out. Damwon and JD are going to get out of Group B. Fnatic and Genji are going to get out of Group C. And Top and FlyQuest are going to get out of Group D. No, that's my too early to really make a prediction.
Okay.
FlyQuest speedrunning fastest world trip back home. Koki, no.
Dude, imagine believing in an NA team.
Yeah, it's so hard to put any faith in NA, but yeah. I'm gonna put more faith in FlyQuest than in TSM because Power of Evil is on FlyQuest. Power of Evil and Ignar, both of whom were on Misfits in the European League in earlier years, and they played extremely well. Especially, they almost took down SKT in one of the tournaments that SKT was really good. They were very close in actually winning that, and I think Ignar and PoE are very, yeah, I wasn't sure about that, but you know. I'm gonna put my belief in PoE and Ignar. So that's the support and mid laner for FlyQuest. I think they'll be okay.
Dude. I really hope an NA team makes it out of groups, dude.
It's so hard to root for an NA team, man.
I'll be honest with you. I think like overall, if I'm being completely honest with you, I'm probably gonna be rooting for G2 the entire time. You know, the
Yeah,
Spanish team.
the Espanol team. Yeah.
I really, dude. Is it? Hold on, I don't want to be. I don't want to be an idiot. Let me look this up real quick. Fuck. What's his name?
Good
What's his
old fuck,
name?
fuck. Oh god. But
Keep vamping.
I
Go.
really hope that any NA team, like, even if they don't make it out, I hope they at least put up like a good fight against the tougher teams to show like, hey, we can go toe to toe with these people. And it's a very close game, and it's just, you know, the smallest of margins that they lose by. Like, if I see games like that instead of like the usual where it's like 15 kills to 2, and I'm just like, well, I'm not watching this game anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, like as great as it would be to see an NA team, hell, even a European team win Worlds, I think just seeing them put up a good fight. And I mean, look, like Europe's been improving.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I think far faster than NA, to be completely honest with you. And this is on my very limited knowledge of league esports.
Right, right.
Do you think Caps is finally gonna do it though?
I think if any team has a shot, it's G2. They were second place last year. I think they're really good. Um and I think it kind of depends on who they get placed. Like I really do think they're gonna make it out of groups. And I
Okay.
think whoever they go against first is gonna say a lot about their final placing. Because if they can get a really good match early and just, you know, stomp them, I think they'll have the momentum to go through and make it very far into the tournament. And
I hope
that
so,
is,
man.
yeah,
Because
that's what I'm hoping for.
isn't Caps a two-time runner-up for
Runner
Worlds?
up, yeah.
And
Two-time
I
runner
don't
up.
think I'll be able to handle it if I see him again as a runner-up, dude. Because after last year, man, dude, you could just see the disappointment.
Yeah.
It's just like always the bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah, I think I want to say that the best two teams are like the best two regions are LPL and LEC,
Okay.
with LCK being like just barely under LEC. Like I think Damwon is up there. Like I think Damwon's like very very up there. But Dragon X and even to an extent Gen G, I don't think they're as good as the best European team. So I'm putting a lot into G2. Yeah, I think
Putting
if
it all on
G2 gets
G2.
first, I think they're gonna do very well. I think they're gonna do very,
We
very well.
we no longer support NA teams. It's all about G2 boys.
I'm putting my hopes into anything that'll make me happy. And right now, NA's not gonna make me happy because I just NA's track record at Worlds is their dog poo. That's it. That's their track record. Their dog poo, unless you're C9.
As a 2018 C9, has a team from the play-ins ever won Worlds?
No,
No.
no. First time is gonna be Team Liquid.
Oh, dude, we'll see. First NA win. First team out of play-ins to win.
Honestly,
We'll see, dude.
if TL gets into Group A, I think they can get second place in that group. Like honestly, I think they can get second place in that group if they get into Group A.
Okay.
Because I think if Core JJ, that's their support, is on point, he's a former world champion. If he's on point, he can hard carry TL. Him and Tactical, that's the ADC, can hard carry TL to a win. I think that's they can hard carry out of that group. And I don't know about first, but I can definitely see them getting second. And honestly, that's probably the best case scenario. Best case scenario, that's what I'm looking for.
So no faith in TSM.
That's my CLG bias coming through. I fucking hate TSM.
Okay. A little bit of faith in FlyQuest, but probably not really.
I'm telling you guys, FlyQuest is gonna get second place in Group D. I'm telling you. You can quote me, clip this. FlyQuest is getting second place in Group D. They're gonna beat out Dragon X, and they're gonna be right under top esports.
we'll have to see, dude. This all kicks off on the 25th. Let me see here. I have the other dates. Where do I have the other dates here? I had them here somewhere. Oh, here we go. So yeah, plans are going to be from September 25th to the 30th. Group play is going to be October 3rd to the 6th and October 8th to the 11th. The quarterfinals will be October 15th to the 18th. Semifinals will be on the 24th and 25th of October, and finals will be on October 31st.
Yep. So we got
see if NA can harness the power of Halloween.
Mark's delusions is fucking smoothie in my brain. I'm telling you, Koki. FlyQuest is gonna beat Dragon X, and they're gonna get second place. I can smell it. FlyQuest won't do me dirty like that.
Dude, they're gonna do you so dirty. so dirty. Yeah, so I mean, September 25th, Mark, I know you're gonna be watching all of that.
Yep.
So I'll just follow up with you to see what's going on.
Yeah, Michael will live through me. I like it.
Dude, because I'm not gonna be up for those matches. I'm actually gonna try to get the weekend off for finals so that we can maybe do like a watch party in Discord.
Yeah, that would be sick. We do like watching finals every year, so it would be cool to get a watch party and watch it together.
So yeah, we'll figure that out, and then we'll post on socials and Discord and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's move on real quick. Let's run through this before we take a sponsor read. We had a Nintendo Direct Mini today.
Yeah.
I was not able to watch it, but Mark, I know you watched it. From what I see, it looks like they just announced more info on games.
Yeah, there's a lot more info on games, and I know the big thing that people were looking forward to was info on a new Monster Hunter. And
which they got, right?
We got a new Monster Hunter. Okay. So it's going to be called Monster Hunter Rise, and it will be releasing March in 2021. Or in 2021 in March. Dude, that was weird. And it basically builds upon Monster Hunter World's open world area-ness. And if you played Monster Hunter World, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I know a lot of people are clamoring for Monster Hunter on Switch. It's always been a more mobile title, so like on DS, 3DS, and stuff like that, that people have played it. And if you love Monster Hunter, you're probably gonna love this game. I played Monster Hunter World for a bit. I'm not the biggest Monster Hunter fan, but it makes sense to put it on Switch. And I think it was only a matter of time until we actually got this. So, good on Nintendo for answering everybody's want.
So is it its own game, like independent of Monster Hunter World, or is it like?
No, it's its own game. Like,
okay,
yeah,
it's not like
it's the next
like the
iteration, I guess.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So cool. If you like Monster Hunter, hell yeah.
Yeah, I also see that we got Ori and the Will of the Wisps and The Long Dark released today for Switch. That was announced as well.
Yeah, if you haven't played Ori and the Will of the Wisps, that game is beautiful. I highly recommend it.
I haven't played the first one, and I really want to because it seems like just such a good game.
It's very beautiful to even just look at. So, if you're looking, when I look at you, baby. Oh, baby.
Baby.
If you're looking for a new game to watch on YouTube or on Twitch, hey, there you go. It's a nice game to look at.
Sir, I also see that we're getting a sequel to Wii Fit.
Hell yeah, dude! The fitness boxing, guys. I have the Wii Fit, the Ring Fit.
Ring Fit. Still waiting on that stream, by the way.
It's super fun. This is gonna be obviously on Switch. It's boxing. It is gonna be fun. I really like Ring Fit. It's really fun. I highly recommend it to people if you want to get into like working out but want it to be fun. It's really cool. Yeah, this one looks like to be more of that. So good on them. And we also got Balan Wonderworld.
Sorry, real quick. Do you think that because Wii Fit was kind of hard to come by when it first released,
right?
Ring Fit is still really hard to come by.
Oh yeah, it's sold out in a lot of places.
I believe they're gonna start ramping up production on it again.
Yeah.
get it out there. Do you think that first of all, I didn't see this release. So is it just the game and you're using the Joy-Con?
Mm-hmm.
So do your things. So do you think this game is going to be hard to come by when it first releases?
If it's a
Just given Nintendo's history with fitness related games.
Yeah, I feel well. In this one, it's mostly the Joy-Cons, right? Like they showed an example of the dude wearing the Joy-Cons and punching, so you're gonna be doing that a lot. I don't know if there's any add-on peripherals. I don't think there is. So it's probably not gonna be as hard to come by as Ring Fit, which is good because I know a lot of people want it, but they haven't been able to get it. So maybe Nintendo was like, "Hey, we already got this. We can work with this. Let's try this out." And smart on them. Smart on them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like with Wii Fit, Nintendo saw this market that was untapped, and they said, "Fuck it," Which I think, when you think about it, was kind of a not only a smart move, but I think a brave move, because it's a market that existed that nobody had really like ever thought about, like gamifying fitness.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Are you still there, Mark?
I'm here. What up?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Did I die?
I saw your mouth moving, but I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
But yeah, I think it was this like niche market that that there was demand for, but Nintendo were the ones to actually step up and do it. So we'll see, man. Hopefully, I wouldn't mind getting that. I could stand to lose lose a C off of the thick. But it looks like you had mentioned we also got some stuff for Ballin.
Yeah, Balan Wonderworld.
Ballin.
Yeah, he's ballin'. It was originally announced at the Microsoft conference, so people thought it was gonna be Xbox exclusive, but now we know it's coming to all consoles, starting with Switch, and that's gonna be in March 2021.
That Xbox Games showcase where all the titles are not just exclusive to Xbox.
Right.
God, dude, that show was not great.
Nope, it wasn't. It wasn't.
And then I see the last thing here is Rune Factory 5.
Fuck yeah.
Coming in 2021.
If you guys love Stardew Valley, or what's the other thing? Animal Crossing. Games like that, basically. Rune Factory is one of the old, Harvest Moon, stuff like that. It's one of the old ones. One of the old pillars of that type of game. That's coming 2021. And I know one of the people I follow on Twitter, Stealth. Do you know who that is, Michael? He's like a big Nintendo guy. He does a bunch of stuff for Nintendo. I know he's a big into that. And yeah, it's if you like those types of game, you're probably gonna like Rune Factory. Is Rune Factory multiplayer? I have no idea. I'm assuming if it's gonna have some type of multiplayer element, but I have no idea. I've never played a Rune Factory. I couldn't tell you.
So real quick, because I see that Kuro in chat typed in Farm Simulator 19 Kappa. I actually found out there is Farm Simulator esports in Europe.
Oh shit!
I saw on Twitter a couple days ago a screenshot.
Hell
from a
yeah,
broadcast.
dude!
So that's an actual thing, apparently.
Hell yes, dude! That's the content I like to see, man.
So I'm assuming it's like I promise I'm not trying to take lightly of it. I'm trying, not joking. I think it might actually be like who grows the best crops.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Or like the I don't know. But yeah, dude, that was saw that. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yes, sir. Was there anything else that came out of the Nintendo Direct?
Not really. It was a mini Direct, so we weren't gonna get a lot of stuff. And I think those are like the big things that happened in said mini Direct.
All right, guys.
There was some other Nintendo news though.
Oh, dude, I already forgot about this. Listen, guys, I feel like I tend to be the one that brings up the very sad stories. This is definitely a very somber one. If you're like Mark and I, and you grew up a Nintendo kid, especially with the handhelds, I want you to brace yourself because this is going to come as a shock. Nintendo is officially discontinuing the 3DS.
3DS, Chan.
So everybody can just pour one out for the 3DS.
So long, 3DS.
I was messaging Mark while I was at work because I just read the article about it. And what was it that I said to you? Actually, hold on, I have it here. I said, let me see.
I mean, I liked
dude,
my
I can't find
3DS.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. I said, dude, I just saw they discontinued the 3DS. Rip to a console I rarely used. I was gifted the Sun and Moon 3DS.
Sick.
I literally only used my 3DS to play Pokemon and Animal Crossing. That was it. That's what the console was for.
I played a lot of my 3DS, like Bravely
Yeah.
Default, Fire Emblems, Pokemon, Shin Megami Tensei, all that stuff.
Well, I remember you might still have it, was it the Luigi's Mansion DS?
Yeah, I have the Luigi's
purple one?
Mansion 3DS. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, dude.
Luigi's Mansion 3DS not the best, but pretty good. Pretty good.
But the DS was aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, guys. So if you don't have a 3DS and you're interested, I'd say try picking one up to use because I'm being serious because once they get discontinued, I think a lot of collectors are going to snatch them up and they're going to sit on them, and then the price is going to go up. So even on the games too, because I know, it's really weird the way like the retro game market works because like the GameCube for a while was like super fucking expensive to get.
Yeah.
I'm talking like $120, bro. And it's kind of coming down a bit. I know things like the Game Boy Color are still really not hard to come by, but there's still that barrier to entry.
Yeah, for sure.
Of a high price point. So, but yeah, I think with that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We will see you guys after a quick sponsor read. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, from that quick sponsor read. As always, you can follow us at We Digress Pod on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to support the show, you can go to anchor.fm/We Digress/support. Or if you want to buy a sick ass shirt or a sick ass hoodie and rep We Digress Niche, just made that up.
We Digress Niche.
You can go to WeDigressPodcast.com. That'll redirect you to our merch. As always, guys, thank you so much for your continued support. Mark, we teased it at the beginning of the show before my internet crapped out.
Yeah, just a tiny tease, a tease of the tip.
Last week we discussed the Xbox Series S and Series X.
We did indeed.
And I made some bold fucking predictions. And I was wrong on both of them. And I said last week, if I was wrong, Mark's going to punch me in the throat. So that's going to happen at some point.
At some point, Mike will get punched in the throat.
We had the PlayStation 5 reveal info event yesterday on September 16th.
Right.
And boy, did we get some news.
We got some news.
Now, if you guys saw last week's episode, which if you haven't, I encourage you to go watch it or listen to it. We were talking about how Sony really needed to step up because they were dropping the ball. Because it seemed like they were waiting too long to make any sort of announcement in regards to pre-orders or pricing or the launch date. And now I'm not saying that Sony heard us and we're like, shit, Mike and Mark are right.
Yeah.
But they might have been listening.
We all know that, what's his name? Wait, what is his name? Mark Cerny. frequents this podcast. You know, he listens to it while he's having his coffee, his morning coffee. Every Monday when this goes live.
Yeah, dude, exactly. So yeah, there was an announcement for the announcement, which Mark was the one that was like, they need to make the announcement for the announcement. And we got some news. They started off the event by showing off a couple games, and I know the first one, Mark damn near creamed himself.
I 100% creamed myself.
Mark, what did they show off first?
Guys, they showed off Final Fantasy 16, and my heart exploded. And I was like, my mind just, it was like I was on drugs. That's how it was. Not that I know, because I don't do drugs.
Because drugs are bad unless it's legal where you live.
In
exactly. Which case, follow local laws.
There you go. But we heard rumors of it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not sure if it shows. Cool, but I'm not expecting anything. And then it was the first goddamn thing, and I was just like, yeah, oh.
Although, listen, and if you're part of the Discord, which if you're not, !Discord in the chat. I brought up a point, and I know Mark did. I know you probably saw it, but you didn't reply to it.
Yeah, I don't know.
The first thing you see is following gameplay footage captured on a PC emulating the PS5 experience.
Right.
And it was for Final Fantasy.
I think it could have been like in-engine, because a lot of in-engine works on, you know, computer and stuff. So I don't.
I just thought that was fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
it was like PS5 event, and we're gonna lead with this was taken from a PC.
I saw FF16, and like I was just that was my actual reaction. I was like, oh my god, you know, I was fanning myself because I was heating up. I was just like, holy shit, it's happening.
Dude, the fucking trailer dropped. He saw Final Fantasy 16, and 40 minutes later he was like, what happened? I blacked out. I missed everything.
Yeah, I had to rewatch it because I had no idea what happened. But what a way to start your show. Like, you start your show with that, and I was like, holy shit. The rest of this show is going to be insane.
Not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I was like, fucking shit, dude. Yeah. Good on you. Good on you, Sony.
And it's done by Yoshi P. He's the director, and if you know him, he's done Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, and Shadowbringers, which are known in the community as some of the best Final Fantasy experience to come out in the last decade. So be excited. He's a great director, and I'm happy that he's on a mainline game, and I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to be great.
Dude, yeah, it honestly, dude, it looked very, very interesting. I'm probably not going to play it personally, but I'm sure you're going to stream that when it comes out.
Oh yeah, that's going to be day one, you know, midnight release.
Day one.
Yeah.
48-hour stream.
48-hour stream. I don't know if I could do 48 hours, but with 7 Remake, I did 24 hours, so it'll probably be around there.
You did. You were dead by the end of it, but you did.
I was not good at the end of it.
But, some of the other games they showed off, Mark. They showed off more Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
Right.
Which looked really good. They showed off Deathloop, Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Demon's Souls, the PlayStation Plus Collection, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, Village. I like it.
They showed off the first part of the first level of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which I was stoked about.
Yeah.
But probably the best announcement of the night was Hogwarts Legacy.
Was Final Fantasy 16.
No, dude, I posted this in the Discord. I love Harry Potter, man, and I saw the trailer, which, I mean, the game had been announced already, but when I saw that trailer, I was like, oh, fuck me up, fam. I'm sold.
Yeah.
But actually, Mark, maybe the best announcement of the night, we got a little tease.
Oh, yeah, the
very end of the conference. For a new God of War.
Ragnarok.
Yes. Came completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
not only that, we got a release date for it. 2021. So
listen, real quick, shout out Crimson. Crimson knows what's up.
I'm still probably most hyped for Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man. Those are,
Oh yeah, dude.
yeah, that's me. That's me gaming right there. But
Yeah.
like Michael said, he's hyped for Call of Duty
Oh yeah, dude,
and
100%.
and God of War
And Hogwarts.
and
Honestly, though, Call of
Hogwarts.
Duty, though, I'm like, I'll just play it on PC.
Yeah, so
Although more Call of Duty news, they did announce that the alpha is gonna go live tomorrow, exclusively for PlayStation users. So I'll be playing that tomorrow when I get out of work.
oh shit,
But
yeah, that is tomorrow, huh?
yeah, man, we got. I think the games they showed off was stuff that I'd say it was about 50-50 in terms of like it was stuff we already knew was coming out, stuff we didn't know was coming out, but
I think
thought
it
it
was a very good conference.
yeah, it was a great conference. And it may be because we're biased, but I think it was a better showcase than Microsoft showcase.
Yeah, I also think so.
To
I'm
be
also
completely
a
honest.
big Final Fantasy fanboy.
Yes.
So my bias is right there. If you're gonna show me Final Fantasy 16, I'm gonna
Oh,
say
yeah.
you're the greatest in the world.
100%. One of the other things they showed off. So, Mark, in the show notes that I have, it's going to be bottom of the second page. I don't know why I didn't put it higher, but I mentioned the PlayStation Plus collection.
Yeah.
And it seems like this is Sony's answer to Xbox Games Pass. It's an answer. I don't think it's a great answer.
I don't think it's the best answer,
but it's an answer. So basically, Sony knows you're gonna have to buy PlayStation Plus to play games online anyway. So they had a list of 12 games?
Yeah, something like that.
12 games that are going to be available at launch. These are all PlayStation 4 titles that are going to be available day one on the PlayStation 5. So the titles that they announced are God of War, Bloodborne,
So good.
Monster Hunter World, Final Fantasy 15, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat X, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, Ratchet and Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, great game, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1, Infamous Second Son, great game, Batman Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us, Persona 5, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard.
Honestly, those are all great games.
All great games, all fantastic games. Not all of those games are going to be available in every country. Sony did announce that the title availability is going to vary by country and is not going to be available in China.
Yeah.
So that is their initial answer to Games Pass. Like I said, it's an answer.
It's an answer. I still think Games Pass is probably better.
Oh yeah, you can't. Even though these are all incredible games, you can't compare 12 games to 100 plus titles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
but
hey, if you're a PlayStation fan and like that's all you're gonna get, hey, you got some good games to play. You got some great games to play. So I think it's okay. We'll see what else they do.
Well, and we'll get to I think another reason they did this. We'll get to that a little bit later, but right now, guys, listen, we've been waiting fucking months. So we're just going to get into the info. The PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Digital Edition are going to be launching November 12th in the US, Japan, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. It's going to be launching November 19th for the rest of the world. And you're looking at a $499 price tag for the standard PlayStation 5 and $399 for the digital edition.
Right.
Now, we talked about it last week. Is it, there was no way that Sony was going to hit the $299 price tag of the Xbox Series S. But somebody on Twitter, actually many people brought up this point. If you're looking just at the digital editions, if you pay an extra $100, you're getting a console that's about 2.5 times more powerful than the Xbox Series S.
Yeah, it's literally a PS5 just with no disc drive.
Exactly. Now, excuse me, that was weird. I'm dying. Again, though, I think to the general consumer, $299 is a much better price point than $399. Now, if you get the consumers like, I was gonna say us, but it doesn't really apply. If you get the consumer who does a little bit of research, I think they'll realize that for $100 more, getting a console that is 2.5 times more powerful is a great deal.
Right.
So I think the $399 price point still a fantastic offer, especially when it's a console that's it's 4K and it can upscale to 8K.
Hell yes, I don't have 8K, so
well, not a lot. I don't
think anybody.
Not a lot of people do.
Not a lot of people do.
Right, versus the Xbox Series S, where it's 1440 that upscales to 4K.
Buy a new monitor again. Shit, you got me.
There's that. We also got some other pricing, and this is for the PlayStation 5 accessories. We have the DualSense controller is going to come in at $69.99. The charging station is going to be $29.99. You can charge 2 controllers. The Pulse 3D wireless headset is $99.99. The PS5 media remote $29.99. The PlayStation camera $59.99. And those are all going to launch again on November 12th alongside both versions of the console.
Yeah, those prices pretty much make sense. That's pretty much what you would expect.
It's pretty standard.
Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary.
No, it's not standard, Mark.
What isn't standard, Michael?
Game prices.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw.
It appears, Mark. The days of paying $60 for a game are over.
They're done.
Because it was announced that games from Sony's worldwide studios will be priced between $49.99 and $69.99.
Nice.
Nice. So Demon Souls is going to launch at $69.99. Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be $49.99, or for $20 more, you can get the Ultimate Edition, which comes with Miles Morales as well as Insomniac's Spider-Man game.
Which is amazing. Everybody should play it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good deal.
So yeah, $70 for a game. You know, it's a little sad to see. I'm a little salty, but it's not unexpected.
Yeah, games cost a lot of money to make and take a long time to make.
Yep.
And it's not pretty much unexpected because you put $100 million into making a game. You want to make that back, obviously, and more. It is a business. You want to make that money back. So we'll just have to see. I'm expecting better quality if I'm going to pay $70. So hold things to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And I think for the most part, it's going to be good.
When the console's 4K, I mean,
you gotta,
I think the extra $10 makes sense. Did you hear in Canada though they're going to be as much as $99 Canadian?
Yeah, and also in Europe, isn't it going to be 79 euros or something?
I didn't see about Europe, but I saw for Canada.
Yeah, so
although to be fair, if you look at the pricing let me pull it up here in Discord. I posted a screenshot of it. But if you look at the pricing for the PS5 worldwide, and we'll just look at the regular PS5, right?
Right. It's
$499 USD, €499 euro. So you're technically paying more if you're using euros, right?
Right.
Or £49.99 pound, and then 49,980 yen. So if you're in Europe, you're technically paying more.
Yeah. It's sucks for Europe.
Yeah, dude.
I take what I can get, if we're gonna be shit at Worlds, I'm gonna take this. So
Europe gets good league, we get cheaper console.
There you go. It's an equal trade. Yeah, poor Pep. Being Canadian is gonna be ouch. Sorry guys, but ouch.
I don't know if they announced it yet, but is the PS4 gonna be region locked?
PS5?
Or PS5, excuse me.
Actually I have no idea. I don't think they've announced it. I haven't heard anything.
I'll be honest with you. I live like 20 minutes from the border, so I might just swoop into Mexico, grab a PS5, and I'm out.
Shit, dude, then you can get me one too.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Some other news that we got was that now everybody in chat's buy me one.
Yeah, it's like, guys, get your DMs ready for Michael.
Dude, I'm gonna roll back across the border. They're gonna be like, "What's your purpose?" And I'll be sitting there in the car, my leg up on the dash, my shirt unbuttoned to here, sunglasses on, smoking a cig. Just kidding, I don't smoke. Chewing on a toothpick. They're gonna be like, "What was your business in Mexico?" I'm gonna just be like, I'm just running some PS5s, man.
I'm just running some PS5s, man. Oh man.
So some other news we got is that so far the PS5 is 99% backwards compatible with PS4 games that have been tested by the company. This is according to CEO Jim Ryan, though no official list has been announced.
Yeah, I'm assuming 99% is
So
will be okay.
yeah, but then again, it's like how many games have they tested?
Yeah, we shall see.
We'll see. Speaking of games, you want to take this part, Mark? The first party launch titles.
So we know for a fact, this is for a fact what's coming out at the very launch, at the very launch, the date of launch. We got Astro's Playroom. If you guys got a PS4, then you got those little bot thingies. That thing that was launched with PS4. This is the same thing with PS5. We got Demon's Souls, the remake done by Bluepoint. And I know a lot of Souls are, that game looks great. If you saw the trailer, that game looks spicy. And I'm ready for it. Got Destruction All-Stars. Cool. Then we have
no idea what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea. Then we have Spider-Man Miles Morales. I love Spider-Man. So that's gonna be my launch title, Spider-Man Miles Morales. As assuming
you can get a pre-order.
Yeah, they're all sold out already, so we'll see. I love me some Spider-Man. This is the game I'm looking forward to a lot, so that's gonna be my launch title. Then we got Sackboy, Little Big Planet, for you guys who don't know who Sackboy is. And then the other multi-platform stuff like Fortnite.
Yeah, so with the Spider-Man game, there is going to be two versions, like we said earlier, the regular and the Ultimate Edition. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 titles. Technically, it's 5 because the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, plus things like Fortnite, plus the PlayStation Plus collection. So roughly 20 games you're going to be launching with the title.
Right.
But only 5 of them are going to be made for the. I don't even want to say made for the PS5 because I think Miles Morales is going to be on PS4 as well, isn't it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
We'll see. Man, I'll be honest with you. Like personally, the only game there that I'm like I would buy this day one is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But I know for you, like Demon Souls piques your interest. Right?
Yeah, I know. I'm not as big as a Souls fan as John, my older brother.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy I do enjoy the Souls games. Bloodborne being my favorite, and Bloodborne, as you saw, is in that package. What is that called again? Sorry, PS Plus collection. If you guys haven't played it, Bloodborne is the best Souls game, in my opinion.
Yes.
So,
Mark, so we kind of already mentioned it, but PS5 pre-orders were a fucking hot mess, dude.
Oh boy. They were something. They were supposed to go live today.
So there was no pre-order date given during the conference. You want to know what Sony did? This actually, dude, this kind of pissed me off, dude.
I can't believe this actually happened.
They didn't announce during the conference. They didn't put out a statement. They replied to a fucking tweet. They put out the tweet like, "Hey, pricing," and they replied to that tweet saying, "Oh, by the way, pre-orders go live tomorrow, September 17th."
Spoiler alert, they didn't go live today. They went live yesterday.
Yeah, first of all, why would you not put that out as a separate tweet? Because oftentimes when
nobody
you
reads the
reply
threads
to something, it doesn't pop up on people's timelines.
Right.
Unless people that they follow have interacted with that tweet. So like if I had seen it and I had liked it or retweeted it, then Mark would have seen it.
Right.
Right. But if you're just fucking, it didn't make any sense. Bad move from whoever's running social media for PlayStation.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Also, it didn't go live today. It went live yesterday.
They started going live 2 hours after the end of the event.
So not only was that tweet not very visible, it was completely wrong.
It was completely wrong. Now, Walmart decided to advertise it on Twitter. I almost said advertise.
Advertise.
They advertised it on Twitter and immediately sold out. Target, Best Buy immediately sold out. GameStop, not only did it sell out, but GameStop's website went into DDoS protection.
Oh, baby.
There were so many people visiting the website that there was the thought of, oh God, we're being attacked. So the site just went offline. Right. Now, I think the thing that irks me the most is that back in July, the CEO of Sony said that they were going to, quote, give gamers plenty of advance notice about when pre-orders would begin. Which was a fucking lie. That was a fucking lie. Dude, I don't know, man. Listen, I know that Xbox's shit got leaked.
Yeah.
And we said it last week. Kudos to Xbox for the way they handled it.
Yep.
And for giving gamers advance notice about when pre-orders go live. Because this was such a fucking shit show. And don't get me wrong, like if you want the PS5, you're gonna be able to get one eventually.
Yeah, of course.
Might not be day one, but you'll be able to get one. This was just so poorly fucking planned on Sony and PlayStation's part. So poorly planned. Now, I was at work when this happened. So after work, I headed to my local GameStop. And I walked in. The manager was on the phone. Gets done. Hey, man, how can I help you? And I look at him and I go, y'all got any of them PS5 pre-orders?
Y'all got any of them PS5 pre-orders?
And let me tell you, dude, the manager, he looked very defeated, and I know how that feels being a retail manager, right?
Yeah.
Now, according to this GameStop manager, Sony did not give anybody a heads up that they were doing this. They didn't give them a heads up that they were going to announce the pre-orders were going to be live the next day. And so it seems like, at least with GameStop, when they realized like, oh, we can take the pre-orders today, they kind of just opened up the floodgates. So the blame isn't entirely on Sony. It's partially on these retailers as well.
Yeah.
According to the same manager that I spoke to, Xbox actually gave them a heads up.
Okay.
And they told them a week ahead of time before the announcement was planned, before it got leaked, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they let them know, hey, this is when pre-orders are going to go live. So that way you can prepare. So because Sony did not give a heads up, this manager that I spoke to was visibly frustrated. He told me that he felt like he was a Tasmanian devil trying to run around to help people out. He said the phone was going off all day and he was having to let people know that unfortunately they were sold out of pre-orders. Not only that, but you know, as is the case with most console launches, they were only allotted a certain amount of units, and it's not like every store gets 50 units. It's like this store gets 10, that store gets 15, that store gets 100, that store only gets 5, kind of a thing, right? Though he did assure me that all the accessories are still available for pre-order. So if you guys want a controller, go hit up your local GameStop.
Hell yeah, get that controller. It just have like 3 controllers and no PlayStation 5.
3 controllers, no console. Yeah, man, it was a fucking shit show.
So
bro.
Good job Sony. Little bit of missteps, you know, 1 step forward, you know, some steps back, but hey,
dude,
we try our best, right?
You combine that with the report by Bloomberg, I think it came out last week, that Sony was actually underproducing the PS5 by about 4 million units, which Sony did come back and say that's not true. I don't know though. Like at this point, I don't know whether to believe that report from Bloomberg or not.
Right.
Because it seems like It honestly seems like Sony kind of realized too late that they were 2 months out from the launch and they hadn't released any information.
Right.
And so they were just kind of like, here's pricing, games, accessories, pre-order it now.
Hell
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it would have been different if they had alerted retailers like, hey, we're gonna have this event. You start taking pre-orders, even if it was like that same day. Like, you start taking pre-orders at 1 p.m. Eastern time. You can take pre-orders. That would have been different, because then companies would have been able to handle the influx of people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But instead, it was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, as long as I get my PS5, I'm gonna be okay. But if I can't get it, Michael's gonna get it.
Yeah, dude. Because because the world revolves around Mark.
Yeah, 100%.
So I swear to God, if Mark doesn't get a PS5, I'm gonna get it. But yeah, man, it was it was a fucking shit show. And then, it being the age of the internet, one website puts it up live, somebody tweets it out, and then the website crashes 2 seconds later.
Yeah. They should have more stuff to say about it. Maybe at TGS. Yeah. So we'll see what they say. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. The other part that I like really doesn't make any sense to me is they did this whole pre-order system with your PSN ID.
Yeah, that's
the whole thing was, the whole thing is, we're gonna, you will be one of the first people to pre-order the PS5. So they did that, and then they were just like, oh, by the way, pre-order tomorrow. But to my knowledge, nobody has received an email from Sony saying that you can pre-order it from us.
I don't know what Sony's doing.
It's just really bizarre.
We just want to get your console, Sony. Why are you making this so goddamn hard?
Now listen, in terms of like the games and stuff, and again, we're biased. I think Sony's definitely winning in that front in terms of like console and all that. But in terms of fucking PR, dude, and marketing, 100% Microsoft is
my boy Phil, right? My boy Phil.
It's ridiculous, man. They wanted to dissuade scalpers. But why? But my thing is, why would you set up this pre-order system to dissuade scalpers, but then you're gonna let stores just open up pre-orders? Because what ends up happening is, and this is like, if you ever try to buy sneakers, right? If you're into sneaker culture,
yeah,
people will snatch up all these sneakers using bots, okay? And then they resell them.
Yeah.
So who's to say that, like, if I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a PS5, but I might as well pick up another one if I'm able to.
I might as well, dude.
People selling PS5s on Amazon for $1,000, right? So, like, regardless, there's gonna be people scalping, but there's not gonna be nearly as many people scalping them using Sony's system. So I understand where, like, Koki, I understand where you're coming from with that statement. But it just doesn't make any sense to have that system in place, and then the retailers are just gonna be like, "Fuck it, we don't give a shit."
Yeah, fuck it, dude.
We've bought our units. We're gonna sell them. We're gonna make money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, had it been like, hey, starting the 17th, if you've signed up with us, we're gonna send out invites, and in a week we're gonna open up pre-orders for all the other retailers. That would have been different. But also, don't say it in a fucking reply to a tweet.
Michael's mad.
I'm big, dude. I'm just annoyed. Like, it makes no sense to me. I've already, like, I'm not gonna get it day one. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna get it eventually. But it just, like, it was such a shit show. It makes no fucking sense to me.
Yeah, it's a mess, but hopefully it gets better soon, I hope. Because, like I said, the world revolves around me. As long as I get one, hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. See what happens, guys. But yeah, that was the PlayStation news that came out yesterday.
Show
We'll see.
really
I don't
good.
think PlayStation's released a statement about what's been going on. I think they're kind of just like,
Oh shit!
if we stand still, they won't see us.
They won't see us.
So there's that. But
We'll see how it goes.
yeah, was there anything else we needed to touch base on?
I think we covered mostly everything.
I think we did. I think we did.
Yeah. Simping for Mark's PS5. Hell yeah, dude.
So guys, remember, if you want to support the show, you can go to anchor.fm/WeDigress/support and pledge as little as 99 cents a month. Or you can go to WeDigressPodcast.com. That'll redirect you to our merch, where you can buy a sick ass shirt or hoodie.
Hell yeah.
Or, because we know that right now with COVID going around, money can be tight. Simply listening to the podcast, sharing it, tweeting us at WeDigressPod on Twitter goes a long way to show support for this little adventure of ours.
Yeah, 100%. We all talk about who's doing the New World song, guys. The New World song is sick. The animation's pretty sick. Go watch it. There you go.
There you go. I guess we talked about it. Yeah, thank you guys so much for checking out today's episode. I apologize for the tech issues at the very beginning. We worked through it though. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen next week. Anyways, guys,
I hope so. Yeah.
Hopefully not. You can find Mark on Twitter and Instagram. He is at cloudmark_. You can find him at YouTube. He is simply cloudmark. On Twitch, he is cloudmark27. And you can find me on all those platforms at Mike Madran 0. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you.
You're all great. You're all beautiful. You're lovely.
Not as lovely as Mark, though.
Ooh.
We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.